Alrighty, guys, welcome to tonight's charting session. Hopefully everybody is doing well and has had a good weekend. It's Sunday, November 12th. Tonight we're going to be going over kind of everything we're going to be looking at going into the week. I won't keep you guys too long because I don't want to, there's not really a lot to go over, but I do want to go over a little bit about Friday. I did already make that video on Friday going over that trade that we took, but we'll go over it a little bit briefly in this session too for the people who didn't see that. And then we'll talk about kind of what we're going into this week. So the first thing that I kind of want to start with is normally on our Sunday night sessions, we go over just top-down analysis of understanding where we are in the overall charts. So that's kind of what I want to do here. So weekly time frame, always zooming out, recognizing where we are in price. In my opinion, I think NQ is either one of two things right now. And what I want to show you guys as well is a comparison from last November, I believe, which was, or not last November, but the previous November, which was February, January, December, November. There was a time when we had a very similar structure to where we were now, which was, I think it was here. I think it was this move right here. This move right here, which was in March, actually. We came up and we actually swept this high and then immediately sold back off. But this was the move that everybody was like, okay, back to normal. So I'm super bullish here. I am. But there is still a possibility. There is a possibility that we somehow sweep this high and go to new lows. Now, I am much more in favor after seeing the price action this week and after having the move that we've seen. I am now much more in favor. Actually, let me clean up all this here. I am much more in favor of seeing higher than I am lower because again, if I was to look at this chart on any other time frame, like a week or on like a 1 hour, like imagine like we're looking at a 1 hour here. This is super bullish because we haven't taken the external high. Now, this is probably going to become the external draw now, this buy side level. We've had this huge move lower. We've now gotten displacement and now respecting the internal imbalance. And we're now running through this weekly imbalance. So this, to me, looks super bullish. I think we have another run this week, if not just a huge, two candle structure this week that we could see just immediately run all of this. But I think all of this is going to become low resistance liquidity run. And I do believe the external draw now becomes this high here at this 16242 level. And I do believe that that's probably where we're going to go. So depending on what happens Monday, because we do have no news Monday, so I won't be trading tomorrow because it's no news Monday. But depending on how Monday sets us up for the rest of the week, I would like to see a retracement starting on Monday. I really wouldn't like to see us go higher. Now, we probably will just because of where we are in the charts. But right now, we've just taken this internal buy side level. I don't really worry about this level too much because, again, relation to overall structure, this buy side level doesn't really mean much unless we start getting a sell-off, right? But right now, I'm more focused on seeing higher. So right now, if I'm focused on seeing higher, my bias is bullish. I'm more focusing on, hey, we've ran this daily. I want to see if this now becomes an inverse. We do have sort of a daily order block down here that we could maybe come back to, but again, I don't really care much about that. But I am paying attention to this weekly inverse for VIGAP. And this is where I would really like to see Monday, maybe Tuesday go, and then set us up for a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday push. It depends, again, really what we're going to be looking at going into Monday. That's why I'm going to take off Monday. Again, I normally take off no news Mondays, but especially with the structure we're at right now, I would like to see Monday give me a better idea of how we're going to set us up for the rest of the week. I would like to see if this imbalance is going to hold as an inverse or if we're going to come back to this weekly imbalance. If we do come back to this weekly imbalance, again, we have a lot of confluence here to bounce. We have the daily inverse. We have a weekly inverse. We have this daily order block here that we can come back to and bounce. So right now, again, Monday, I'm either looking to see us come down, flip, and then go higher, or come back all the way back down to these imbalances here. So again, keep in mind, structure is super, super bullish, and I would not be surprised if we don't get the retracement that we were looking for on Monday, and we might just continue higher on Monday and just go straight back up, right, to these next high highs that we have. We're pulling back into this 4-hour imbalance, so we absolutely could hold this daily, and that's kind of what I'm starting to to think is going to happen is we're going to hold this daily inverse fair value gap as well as the 1 hour imbalance. So again, right now, I need a lot of structure to validate what we want to do, right? Looking at the 1 hour time frame right now, we have a huge straight up move that was created on Friday. Right now, there's really nothing here to give me an idea of what price wants to do. So what I'm going to do is I want to let Monday set us up. Again, zoom us in. Again, right now it's just kind of straight move up. Now we're starting to have a little bit of a correction. So I'm going to look to see how Monday action is going to be, right? What I'm expecting to see here is maybe get a setup in the PM session for Monday, because the way that I'm thinking about this, again, what has to happen first for me to get a solid bias or a good opportunity? And the way I think about it is, okay, I have a daily. This is kind of, again, I always marking out what are my active PD arrays, which is, okay, what PD arrays or what areas of confluence are what I need to recognize because it's where we are in price. So I'm going to mark this area, right? Because we have this 1 hour imbalance. We have the daily inverse. So I'm looking to see price come down here tomorrow and then look to see if price either respects this area, right? We come down to here. We come down to the daily. We're in a 1 hour imbalance. If I see this, right, going into the PM session or whatever it is, right? This is what I would want to see first. Once I have this structure, I then feel a lot more comfortable taking longs to here and taking longs to here, right? Because I don't know if we're going to bounce here. I don't know if we're going to bounce here. I don't know if this is going to get ran through. I need to see us come down first, see the reaction of here, because I don't know. Again, we could still like go all the way through here, right? I don't know until I see us come here and then bounce, right? So again, let structure tell us what it wants to do. Wait for structure. And right now where we are, again, this is the perfect day to be like, hey, Monday, I'm totally fine taking Monday off, because guess what? What I'm looking at the market right now on this 15-minute time frame, I already need more structure anyway on a bigger time frame to give me a confident bias, right? Right now, there's nothing here. So again, I could zoom in and try to scalp this, and just that's not how I want. All right, I want high quality trades, A+ setups. So I'm gonna let the market do what it wants to do on Monday, set us up for the rest of the week, let structure do its thing, and then from there see where market wants to go. But I will be watching. I won't be looking at the morning and for Monday, but I will be looking at the PM session in Monday to see if the morning set us up for anything. If not, then I'm not going to be taking any trades on Monday, and then we'll come in on Tuesday. We'll do our live trading, and then we'll see what kind of opportunity is set us up from there. And then that's kind of my plan going into tomorrow. So again, always focus on what areas in price are actually relative, like which ones are actually should be focused on, right? I don't care about, all of these PD arrays are up here or all the way down here, right? Because it doesn't have any relation to what we are in price right now. So again, I'm more focused on this, and that's all I care about until I then get more data, right? All I know right now is, hey, I'm looking to see us come into here, and if we hold. If this then gets ran through, then hey, I'm going to zoom back out and then look at other possibilities of what can happen. But right now, stick to one thing, see if that one thing happens, and then from there, make another decision to then reevaluate your bias, right? But this is all the only thing I'm focused on right now, is just seeing us come back to this imbalance, come back to this daily inverse, and see if we hold to then go higher. If we hold, I'm expecting a nice expansion move back up to the next previous highs. And again, just by looking at a bigger time frame as well, the 4 hour, absolutely looks like possibility of what we can see happen. Again, we're super close. All of this is going to become low resistance liquidity. I would not be surprised if this is the kind of week that we get going into something like this. Absolutely. And honestly, this is probably what I would be expecting the next 2 weeks. Okay, I'll look at news one more time, because now that we have the recording going. Okay, so yep, Monday, no news, so I won't be trading. Tuesday, we have CPI, 8:30 in the morning. Other than that, should be fine. Again, Tuesday should be a good day to trade PPI, and morning as well. Nothing after that. Crude oil, again, I don't really care about that, 10:30. Thursday, unemployment claims pre-market as well, so should be a good day. And then Friday, we don't really have anything other than building permits. I don't even know what the fuck I don't think I've ever seen that in my life, so Friday should be Friday might be a typical Friday, but other than that, we should be chilling. Any questions on our bias going into this week, and kind of any questions in general about where we are? No, I'll trade CPI days. It really depends. I normally trade CPI days. What do you think about these two on a grind backtesting? Let's see. I feel like I took this trade. What day was this? I feel like I've again, that's how you know it's a good trade, is when it looks like previous trades I've taken, because it's the same model. So yeah, this trade looks good. I like, again, internal swept here, bigger time frame, 15-minute holding, came down, respected this little imbalance right here, got displacement. This looks great. Again, also leaving a runner to these too, that would have been fine. But I like 50% off. This might even be 25% off. And then look to see this again. Keep in mind what model you're trading, right? Keep in mind the model you're trading. What I like to notice is this. You could even leave like full to go here. Now, I think this is a good place to trim, but not 50%. Again, milking the profits, because again, if you're looking at the model, this is the most recent high that was created after this massive candle. Once you see this massive candle, again, notice the small imbalance right here, right? Notice this imbalance. Once you see this hold and this massive candle come up, you know that the internal draw is here. There's no reason for us to stop anywhere in this range other than to go take out that high, right? So taking off anything in this range is good, is fine. But excuse me. But but I say letting most of your position to that most recent high is when you're going to juice profits again. Because notice what model you're trading and what is most confidently going to happen, right? And in that specific example, I'm more confident that that high is going to get taken, right? But yeah, looks good. Wait, is that on our is that our weekly right now? I actually didn't even see that. I mean, okay, actually no, I did see this. Again, I'm looking for this inverse. Is where I'm really watching. Yeah, monthly candle we look so bullish. I think we go to all-time highs, if I'm being completely honest. Unless we somehow, okay, mark my words. This is what's going to happen. If we don't go to war, we'll go to all-time highs. If we somehow get involved in the war, then there's a lot less likely chance of us going to all-time highs. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. Like structure-wise, we should go to all-time highs. If we go into war, we probably won't go to all-time highs for an extra, for an extra little bit of time. What we also want to keep in mind as well is, again, I always like to see every possible outcome that can happen. And just another little perspective, you might say, is we do have a monthly fair value gap that we have respected. We've had displacement of the downside. This absolutely could be a manipulation move to go lower. It could. So, again, that's what I'm saying. Depending on what happens here, if we... it's kind of hard to say because we have so many imbalances down here. We could still come back down here, hold this and bounce. But I'm really looking for this weekly to hold. This weekly really has to hold, I think. If we get back below here, I'll really start to think that this might have been a manipulation move. And do we have a SMT on ES as well, or did we take that high as well? No, ES took this high. Once we get displacement through this high is when I'll be really confident that we go back to those highs. Because looking at ES as well, ES is still in this weekly fair value gap. Like we absolutely could still sell here. Like looking at this, wait. ES looks, wait, hold on. Wait, ES looks so bearish. Wait, ES actually looks so bearish. Is this just me? If this acts as inverse? Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. I didn't realize that this fair value gap got ran through. Okay, we're actually at a make it or break it point. We are at a make it or break it point on a bigger time frame. Like I would say the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe the next month, probably the next month. I would say the next month. The next month is really going to decide if we're going to go back to all-time highs or we're going to go all the way back to these lows, in my opinion. The reason is because, again, there's two ways of looking at this. Depending on, again, keeping in mind the state of everything right now, if we do go to war, just by looking at this chart, ES looks like we've had displacement to the downside, came up, rejected this order block. If this fair value gap gets ran through, we most likely go to this low, or at least to these equal lows here. But right now, again, there's still a possibility we somehow hang on to this and then get a move back up. There still is a possibility of that, and that's why I'm saying the possibility of that is more likely because NQ is having more bullish structure. But if I look at it, the daily here, or sorry, the weekly, we absolutely could. Again, bigger time frame imbalance. This could be a move back up here to just stop out those traders and then sell back off. So that's what I'm saying. If we won't really know unless if this gets ran through, we're super bullish. We are super bullish. If this fair value gap gets ran through, we absolutely are going to run. But right now, again, we could go either way here. I truly believe we could probably go either way here. But again, that's not something we need to worry about right now. That's like a month out. Again, we're day traders. Again, we shouldn't be worried about what's going to happen in the next year or month or two. Again, it's day in and day out for us. So keep that in mind as well. So all I'm focused on is this 1 hour. So going into tomorrow, I'm looking for this inverse in this 1 hour to hold, and that's pretty much it. I need a 5-year trading plan. Yeah, again, I always get questions. I always get asked, like, when I tell people that I trade, they always look at the market and they'll be like, "Oh, the market's been selling off lately. Like, you've been getting hurt. Have you been getting hurt?" Like, blah blah blah. I'm like, it's so funny. I always get that kind of response. Like I'm an investor. Yeah, and most people don't. Most people like have no idea that shorting is even a thing. How do you respond? I say no. I've been doing good. I say I a lot of times I say I make money on the downside. And then they're like, oh, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I go through a little shorting spiel. Yeah, did you know you could borrow contracts and then sell them back to the institution at a lower price? Crazy. All right. Any trades that you guys want me to go over from Friday or this week as well? Again, this kind of session, Sunday session, is a little bit more low key. Not a lot to go over since we've kind of gone over everything already from last week. But if there's any extra trades you guys want me to go over as well, or any questions that you guys have, we can do those as well. So any trades or any questions, anything. What are some names of the models you trade, and which one is your favorite? I mean, I guess it's a lot of the model. When I say like I trade a model, a lot of the model is my like this. Like when I say model, I'm looking for this, which is a lot of different models combined, right? Because this could be a power of 3, this could be a market maker buy and sell model, this could be a lot of things of like technically saying if you were like an IC trader of like technicals. But when I say model, I'm looking for my model, right? But again, my model is incorporating market maker buy model, market maker sell model, power of 3, you know, a bunch of different things, right? Let's check this. Where was this? Bigger time frame. This is okay. Oh, actually, wait. Never mind. This is fine. The only reason why I would say this is a little bit lower quality is just because this low wasn't. If this low was taken, or if there was an SMT here. If there's an SMT here, then that'd be fine. Because again, bigger time frame. That internal buy side level was already taken, and the internal buy side, we could start to get displacement. Like, we could have absolutely gone back to this low. But you did wait for what you needed to do, which if you were looking to take this trade, you waited for this imbalance to get ran through, which was great. So this long is not bad, but it is a little bit lower quality. I would say the things I would up it would be sell side taken down here, or if there was an SMT, and if this external buy side level wasn't taken. So if you were taking the trade like down here, targeting this external buy side, then that'll be even higher quality setup. You ever use FX replay occasional backtesting sessions? We used to do a lot of backtesting like replay sessions when we did charting sessions, but I've honestly found that I don't like doing those like replay things anymore, because a lot of the times I don't like doing it on things other than NQ and ES, because number one, I can't zoom in. So the farther I go back in time, I can't zoom into like lower time frames of how I normally would trade. So then it just teaches me to trade but other like worse, and that's I don't like that. So a lot of times I don't really like doing replay sessions anymore. This trade Friday, bro, was golden. Think you should go over it again because everything you needed to happen happened. Literally the best setup to take. Yep. Yeah, I made a whole. If you guys didn't see this already, and you want to go over and wonder, or if you're questioning on why we took this trade on Friday, I made the whole recap video for that trade, so you guys can go, and I'll link that in the chat if you didn't see this. But this is that whole trade that we took. I'm in the market. Yes, like stock trading. The market has been rough. I've heard Nvidia is a good AI stock. When we traded on Friday and you and Johnny were waiting for ES to take the equal lows, do we always wait for ES to take equal lows to be better? Or why did you wait for ES taking those equal lows? Yeah, great question. So let me pull that up, actually. That's a great question. We'll talk about that. So why did we wait to take any sort of trade? Let me zoom in here. Actually, let me mark out. Let me take this off real quick. Mark this out. Five minute. Let me redraw this stuff so real quick so I can explain this. Okay. So in the video, or I'll just go over here. I'm not looking to take any long setup right here because I haven't seen what I need to see in price yet. Number one, internal, right? There's nothing here for me to take a trade, right? Again, the previous imbalance hasn't been ran through. I need a lot more. We come down to take this low, but at the time when we were waiting to take longs, right? Because we're super bullish, but we're waiting for what we need to see in price. At the time on ES had these equal lows and was forming a lot more bearish structure than NQ was. And this was right here. So at the time, the low, again, I truly believe this is just comes with experience of being able to predict like when we're ES and NQ are going to have different draws and when we're going to go, like when you watch me and Johnny trade, or when you are on live with us, a lot of the times we'll say things like this. Okay, I want ES to go take this high so we can form SMT, and then we'll sell back off to the external draw, right? And that's what I'm looking at for this specific trade. Is I noticed ES had these equal lows. Now, one thing about equal lows is a lot of the times we're going to go hunt those areas, because equal lows are a lot of the times where people are going to put their stop losses, limit orders, right? That's a lot of liquidity is going to be resting at equal lows. So a lot of the times we will go hunt those equal lows before having a move, right? Acting as a stop rate. So when I noticed that this equal low here is the low created here on NQ, I start to realize that, hey, NQ is most likely not going to go down to take this low. So what I would want to see here is, again, I'm noticing the price action differences at this point. NQ selling off, but I'm looking at this as a retracement into this 5-minute fair value gap, right? I want to see this 5-minute fair value gap hold, but I'm not looking at this on a retracement for ES. I'm looking at it as a retracement, but I'm looking for this to go take this sell side level, which is these equal lows, and then form an SMT here, because NQ is not going to have enough selling pressure. By the time ES comes out and take this low, NQ is not going to be close enough to go take this low unless we fully sell off, right? And then I'll reevaluate my bias. If that's the case, I'll reevaluate my bias. But I'm looking for this 5 minute to hold, get displacement up after we form SMT on ES. But I'm not looking to take any long on NQ because I know that there's two different draws right now, right? And that's what I want you to focus on, is when I can look at ES and say, hey, the draw on liquidity is probably going to be these equal lows, but I'm overall external bias, right? Because again, there's always going to be a different draw depending on what time frame you're looking at. If I'm looking at this time frame, I'm looking at the draws higher. If I'm looking at this time frame, right, the draw on liquidity is the highs, right? I know we're going higher, but it's just in relation to time. So if I'm in relation to time and I'm looking to take an entry, right, again, and I'm a precision trader, which is I'm waiting for every single thing to align and it to be so clear that, again, a good trade is when you enter and it goes straight to your PT, right? Because those are the times when you are aligning time and price. Those are efficient markets. So I'm waiting for ES to go take the external draw or whatever the internal draw is for ES to then get bought up after forming an SMT here. Again, we have now a divergence. And then once I get this displacement up, I now know everything on the downside has been met already. So there's no, again, recognizing you have to think logically. Why is the market, again, when I say the market is either going to go to hunt liquidity, rebalance the equilibrium, or rebalance the inefficiencies, we have now done that to the downside. The market has now rebalanced to the downside. We have an SMT, ES has taken sell side, and now we have displacement up. There's no reason for us to go lower, right? That's how I think about it. Now that all of this thing has been met, structure is now formed in my bias. We have displacement up, we're holding the bigger time frame imbalance. ES took this low, holding the bigger time frame inverse. We're holding this 5 minute. This is an A++ setup, right? Every single thing that has needed to happen has happened, right? There's no reason for us to go lower here. And again, we're ready to blast off. And again, notice, right when we enter, what happens right after? We enter in this fair value gap, zero drawdown here. It is straight up. It is a straight up move the entire rest of the day. The entire rest of the day from the point in which we enter is straight up. There's nothing else, right? That's how you know you are trading with the algorithm. You are trading with the market makers. That is the point in which we want to be trading with, is when time and price align. Make sense? So there's times when even if the trade looks good, I will wait to take my entry because I recognize the discorrelation between ES and NQ, and I'll wait for them to then correlate, right? But again, when we're focused on why the market's moving, and I know that the market is going to hunt liquidity, I'm going to wait for ES to go hunt that liquidity and then maybe form an SMT, or wait for NQ to hunt liquidity. Then, right? There's just a bunch of different things, and I think it's easier to predict those things and read those things before they happen, the more experience you have. And I truly believe that's just an experience thing. Again, the more that you see it happen, the more that you'll be able to predict when it happens. Scalping model is fire? Yes, sir. I took a long early before the stop raid, but I had the confidence to get back in and made my money back plus more. I literally was telling myself if I got stopped, we were going to create that SMT at the lows after realizing ES had equal lows. I'm starting to really see the algorithm while I trade, and it's becoming easier every day. Thanks for the knowledge, brother. Much love, brother. Yes, absolutely. 100%, bro. That's it. And again, that's fine too. You can take, and again, you'll see me do that when I'll take trades and I'll get stopped out. And then once I get that more confirmation, I'll realize, hey, I just got stopped on it. I'll re-enter this, right? That's totally fine. You can get stopped on that first. That's why, again, when we talk about pyramiding or scaling into winners, when I enter my first position, I'll enter half my position size, if not less. If I get stop hunted on that, I am losing 50% of my position, if not less than that, right? Which is a super small stop out. But then once I get stop hunted, I'll then see what I need to see, right? I'll enter in my half position. Then I'll enter in, the other half of my position into my full position, and then maybe even enter another extra contract, and then continuing to trail my stop up, right? And then that's how you squeeze out as much profit as possible. You keep as much of those winnings and keep the losses as small as possible. Curious to learn more about how you learned ICT. Binge ICT videos, tape read. What are your learning routines? I truly believe, guys, I did not watch a lot of ICT videos. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't even finish the 2022 mentorship. I didn't even watch the 2023 mentorship. I didn't watch anything other. Like, I watched videos here and there. It is all backtesting. Backtesting live. The way that my brain works and the way that I think, if you want to learn something, this is how I think. What is the most efficient way to learn something? And you have to think about it in this sense. in my sense, okay, if I want to learn ICT concepts, if I want to become, number one, again, the first thing is what makes a good trader? First thing, number one priority is confidence. Okay, so going into learning a new strategy, I'm focused on building confidence with the strategy. That's number one. I'm not focused on just, fucking making a bunch of money with it, because I'm not going to make money unless I have confidence with what I'm trading. So that's number one. Then I'm like, okay, let me learn the overall fundamentals of this, which is, okay, what is a fair value gap, right? What is power of three? What is liquidity? How can I find the draw on liquidity? All that stuff. Now, it's good to watch videos in the beginning, right? How to find the draw on liquidity, understanding fair value gaps, which ones to take, understanding market maker buy and sell models, power of three, stuff like that. I say for the first 3 months, just focus on that. And that's it. Just focus on watching the market every single day and looking for those things. Just looking for those things. Say, oh, here's a fair value gap. Does this get respected? Does it get disrespected? Okay. Oh, I think this might be sell side liquidity. Okay. Let me watch what happens after this level gets taken. All right. Are we going to go towards this, or are we not? Like, it's in my head, it's simple. Like, that's just how I think. Like, that's how I want to build confidence with something. It's just watching. It's just gaining experience. Again, I'm not focused on making money. I'm not focused on making good trade, or I'm not focused on making winning trades. I'm not even putting much risk on the table. I'm just focused on watching it happen over and over and over again. That's how I learned ICT. And again, ICT and trading in general is one of those things where, again, you can just tell how somebody trades based off their experience. Like, you guys can tell just by watching me that I have experience in the market, right? And it's not because, like, I'm a better trader, or like I guess you could say that, but it's not that I'm better. It's just I have more confidence with something because I've had more experience, because I've seen it happen more, right? It goes with anything, any profession. NFL person, you think somebody can go to the NFL if they haven't put in fucking thousands of hours into it? No, right? Just, it goes with any profession that you want to be. If you want to be one of the best, you have to put in a lot of time, and it's all experience. Like, this is a really great question, actually. Any gamers in here? For the people who have, like, if you ever played Counter-Strike, Valorant, or any like competitive, or Call of Duty, Fortnite, any competitive game, a lot of the times there is one of the biggest thing that separates pro players from good players, right? Because there's a difference between being a good player and a pro player. The biggest difference in most games is game sense. It's game sense. And you don't get game sense without experience, right? Because you can watch pros and be like, oh, he's behind you. Like, in a matter of seconds, I can tell just from where his teammates are playing that there's probably somebody playing long, right? Or all of these different things. And that's all just game sense. And that's just from experience, right? Playing the game for thousands of hours, right? And it's the same thing with trading. Friday at 9:30 a.m. Justin says, gonna be one of those days where you can keep a runner in all day, and look what happened. Dude has phenomenal experience in the market. Again, yeah, exactly. It's all it is, though, guys. I'm not like some goddamn fucking wizard. I'm not. It's all just experience. It might look like it. It might look like I'm a market maker, right? It might look like it, but it's because I've trained my brain to think like that. Yeah, that's my dirty little secret. I'm actually a genie. I'm from the future. All right. I think that's pretty much all I have for you guys tonight. Again, not really much to go over, but I am excited for a new week. This should be a good week. We'll see, depending on how Monday sets us up for us. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I'm just waiting to see how Monday sets up. So again, I won't be live tomorrow morning because it is Monday. We don't have any Rud Fuller news days, right? That's hit or miss for me. If it's a Monday and we have news, then I'll definitely probably trade it. But if there's Monday, no news, that's a off for me. I'm going to let Monday set us up for the rest of the week. When trading USD Forex pairs, would you look at DXY for divergence or something? I don't have enough experience. Again, I can't tell you. I don't have enough experience trading Forex and looking at DXY to tell you if it's good or not. I can't tell that. Again, I'm not going to give you advice unless I have experience with it. I did start using minoxidil or whatever it is. Yeah. No, that was a backhanded compliment, man. We're getting there. We're getting there, Crybex, so. That's crazy. If you've been trading for a long time, if you've been trading for a long time, how did you trade from before? Oh, like over time, like what changed in my trading? I mean, well, I first started trading, I traded pennies. Like the first like 2 months of my trading, I learned penny stocks. Hated that, and then I got into options a couple months later, traded options for 2 years, got into futures after that. Completely ditched options, realized options were awful, futures are the way. And then from there, got into ICT, started learning ICT, and then from there it's just, and then that's pretty much it. And then from there, ever since, I've just been doing that. Oh, I have a question for someone. If you guys know, is there a time limit to activate a funded account? Like if I pass an eval, is there a time limit to activate it? 30 days? Okay, we're chilling. All right, but because I passed one of those evals I was working on. Like I literally started it last week and passed it on Friday. So I think I'll start trading that funded on the lives, because normally I trade like the funded like through TradingView when we're on live, but then I'll trade my other account on my DOM on the next monitor. So I'll start trading the funded on TradingView, and then we'll see where we can get it and show if we can get some payouts from it. Do you think it's easier to become profitable in today's time compared to when you started? No. Again, I don't think that trading will ever become. I guess I can't really say that because we have more technology now that we did. But I really don't think trading will ever become like easier or harder. Now, I will say market conditions is different. Like market conditions, I believe I think, I guess I don't know if I can say this or not, but I think most traders, like people that have been trading for like 10 years plus, will say that the last 2 to 3 years have been the hardest market conditions. Like for people who've been trading for 10 years plus, they'll say that the last 2 or 3 years have been the hardest market conditions to trade. And you should think of that as a fucking blessing. And I'm glad that I am trading in the markets right now. And the way that I think about that is I would much rather learn trading in the hardest conditions possible than the easiest conditions possible. Because guess what? If you're learning in the easiest conditions and you get to hard conditions, you're going to get fucking railed. You're going to get absolutely put upside down and you're not going to know what to do. If you learn in the hardest conditions possible, when the easy conditions come, you're going to be fucking laughing all the way to the bank. So that's how I think about it. All right. That's pretty much all I have for you guys tonight. Get some rest. Enjoy your night. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Not tomorrow morning. Again, I will watch the market in the PM, not the morning. But if you do plan on trading tomorrow, again, be safe. Don't do dumb things. Be patient. Be disciplined. Wait for A+ setups. Only take those setups. Follow your rules. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow night for the trading session to get us ready for Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. I'll see you then. Peace.